Hello everybody and welcome to today's Destiny video. So as you can see, we are right next to Banshee's beautiful little face and all of the awesome guardians around him collecting their weekly loot. So what has the gunsmith got for me today and for all of you guys? Well, for a start, I can probably guarantee that he has different stuff to start with because I didn't actually pick up any of last week's packages because I thought that I did. Let me just go over my inventory real quick. So as you can see, I've got the Kumakatok HC4, I have got the Strongbow D, and I have got the JLB 47. You're probably thinking, hey Dylan, aren't these like the week before last packages? Yes, and you are right to think so, because I'm an idiot. I didn't even pick up any of them from last week, and, oh my god, and I didn't even purchase any last week. So, I'm afraid I've got no tips for you in terms of this week's actual rolls on the guns. However, if you did keep any of last week's packages, like I did think I talked about it, then obviously you are in luck. So you can actually follow along with this. So if you did keep any of last week's stuff, then you guess you can just like follow this or something. So firstly, we've got the Kumakatok HD4. I'm actually really glad that I waited now, because this week's rolls are actually pretty good. So I'm going to go with the middle one here, mainly because it has a range perk right here, look. So it actually makes this hand cannon pretty good. And I'm actually going to use this a little bit to have a little trial in some PvP. So I am going to purchase that one, and I'm going to make sure I purchase this one this time. There we go, got it. Now we've got the JLB 47. Again, this is a better roll than last week, so we've got shells fired from this weapon, track their targets on this one this time, and it's got, let me find it, it's got hard launch and soft launch, so I would go with soft launch here. I'll go with hard launch. That extra little bit of blast radius will be worth it. But tracking is pretty good. I mean, grenades and horseshoes is probably better, but I don't know, beggars can't be choosers. It's still a good roll, so I'm going to pick that one. Now, we have got the Strongbow, which, once again, I'm very, very glad that I waited, because look at this roll. Look at this roll in the middle. It's literally got final round, rangefinder, and rifle barrel, and linear compensator. Whoa. Give me that range. Give me that range. What a beast shotgun. What a beast shotgun. So I'm going to be picking that one as well. There we go. Number 2. So now we get to dive right into the foundry orders, starting with the Hockey Arminus D. This is an auto rifle, very similar to the Zarania, which we'll cover in a second because it's the second weapon here. Spoilers. But this weapon is actually way better than the actual Zarania D, purely because, well, it has less impact technically, but its magazine size is literally like double. And I know it's a bullet hose, which means it's a bad gun in general. But if you do like bullet hose guns, and you do like want to dabble in it, and you want to have a little bit of fun with an auto rifle, then this one is way better than the Zarania, purely because it's got more ammo. You've got way more bullets to hose, so you won't have any kind of hose bands with this one. So I'd suggest perk-wise for this gun, you want some extra stability. That's where this gun is lacking a little bit. So you want a little bit of extra stability. If you get that stability though, this gun could actually be really, really good. So keep an eye on this gun. Next up, we have got the Zarania D. This gun is okay. I mean, it's an okay gun, but because Arminus is here, it kind of makes this one a little bit redundant. It's still a good gun. It's got a reasonably high stability considering that it is a bullet hose. High rate of fire, a little bit higher impact than the Arminus, but not much to actually make much of a difference. Obviously, the only problem with it is magazine size. Especially considering that the Arminus has nearly double this gun. So obviously if you do want perks, you want some extra magazine size, maybe a little bit extra stability. Again, I know it's got decent stability, but you can never go wrong with a little bit extra stability on these kind of guns. So I'd suggest a little bit extra stability and maybe some more bullets. So moving on to the Soros Dis 43. It's an okay scout rifle. I mean, it's not too bad. However, the Dis 47 is just way better. Just way better. However, if you haven't got a Dis 47 for some unknown reason, then the Dis 43 is actually pretty good, I guess, if you want to use it. There's no real reason to use it, but it's a pretty averagely spread out in terms of stats-wise gun. So it's a pretty good like Mario gun. Like, if you play Mario Kart, then you know that Mario is, like, split amongst all attributes. It's basically like that. Now, there is a bit of a problem with this gun. Its magazine size is pretty low. It's pretty low. Now, if you do want to get some perks on this, I'd suggest more magazine size, or stability. Either of those, then you'll be pretty fine. But otherwise, this gun it's average. It's an average gun. Next up, we've got the Omolon Thisan FR4. I have this gun. It's a good gun. I like it. It's a fusion rifle, I know. But fusion rifles are good if you do use them properly. If you do just trust me, go out, use a fusion rifle for an entire day of playing PvP. You'll thank me because it's refreshing for a start. You're not using a sniper or a shotgun, which everybody uses. It's a little bit of fun. The Thisan is actually a decent fusion rifle as well. It's actually a pretty good one. So if you do want a good fusion rifle to play around with, this would be the one. Its charge rate is a little bit on the low side, so I'd say look for a perk with that. Its range is also a little bit mid-range. So if you can get charge rate and range on this, you'll be good to go. Its impact is huge. It's a big impact fusion rifle. So if you get the hit, you'll get the kill. But it's just about getting that charge rate. Because if you miss the hit, you're not going to get that kill. And then you're going to wait for ages, meaning you're probably going to die. So look for charge rate perks primarily. But secondary, look for range perks. Finally, we've got the Hokkei Jingukugo D. Now, this gun is actually the first time we've seen this, I do believe. It's actually an okay gun. It's actually slightly better than the Strongbow D. However, its magazine size really does let this one down. Its magazine size is a stupidly low 3. 3 bullets? That's it. That's all I have to say, really. There's nothing else you can really do about this gun. I mean, obviously, if you don't have the Strongbow D, which is absolutely retarded, because it's almost been every week where the Strongbow D has been here. But if you don't, then the Jingukugo D is an okay choice, I guess. But again, I've said this in a couple of my videos, the conspiracy theory is just better. It's just better than them both, so there's not really any reason to use either of them. And obviously, it's a shotgun, so you want range perks. That's all you need for shotguns. Maybe final round, that's a decent one as well. But other than that, yeah, just range perks, I guess. Now we have covered them all, let's cover my top 3. Starting at number 1, we have got, purely for practicality, I'm going to go with the Soros Dis-43. It's a really average gun, but I'm going to go with that for our number 1 this week, just because it's the best one here. Let's be honest, it's the best one here. The other ones are a little bit mediocre. Fusion rifles are great, but I mean, it's not going to get the number 1 spot, is it? So speaking of fusion rifles, number 2 has to go to the fusion rifle, the Thisan FR4 by Omolon. This gun I actually really like, so it's a little bit biased on my part. I don't know if other YouTubers are going to call this gun a load of shit, but I actually really like it. So I'm going to say this one should be your second pick if you trust me as a reputable source for information. But obviously don't always trust what people on the internet say. That's just obvious advice. But yeah, I believe that this gun gets the number 2 spot for good reasons, as I've already listed previously. So our number 3, this one's a little bit weird because I don't really know which one it should go to. So really, it's up to you what your number 3 will be. But I'm going to go with the Armsday D here. I'm just going to go with the Armsday D. Fuck the shotgun. It's either the Armsday D or the shotgun, to be honest. But the Armsday D is better. It's way better than the Zarania D, so why not go for the Armsday? The Armsday is just a better auto rifle. So I think last place would go to the Zarania D, but the Armsday D, for me, gets 3rd place. So that is our top 3. If you do enjoy these videos, please do let me know by liking the video, subscribing, all that jazz, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. See you later, guys.